Welcome back to your news at noon. The deadline to appeal your property valuation here in Sedgwick County is approaching, and that's why we have Sedgwick County Commissioner Ryan Baty. He is joining us to tell you what you need to know. Thanks so much for paying us a visit. So, when property is appraised, what factors are considered to determine its overall valuation?
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into your property valuation. You think about age, location, think about square footage, but mostly what's driven some of the increases we've seen the last few years is really just sales data. So comparable sales in your market, in your area, and what homes that are similar size, similar location, similar age, what they sell for.
Oh, Sedgwick County is a place that people want to live in, obviously. Sure. But for those who think their valuation might be incorrect, how do you request an appeals hearing?
Yeah, really simple. And this is important because last year there were about 4,300 appeals that took place, and 30% of those appeals resulted in lesser value. All you need to do is just flip over that property valuation form right to the back of it, and the detailed explanation of how you file an appeal is very, very legible. It's right there. You can do an appeal. You can do it via phone for convenience, or you can actually schedule time to go into the appraiser's office, but all the information is right there on the back of that property valuation form.
What do you recommend for over the phone or in person? Is one easier than the other?
I think the over the phone option is the bulk of what the appeals happen. That's just for convenience purposes, but a lot of times people want to be able to go in, sit face to face, and present their case. That is always an option, and the appraiser's office will certainly accommodate you.
Got it. So what kind of documentation should people gather before their appeal hearing to help make their case?
Yeah, if you believe that your valuation is incorrect, what I always recommend people use, and I filed appeals in the past, is if you have property damage, take photos of the property damage. If you have repairs of an estimate or any sort of cost of or an estimation of what a repair would cost, take that information in as well. It's also easy to go in and look at comps around your neighborhood. What are other homes in your neighborhood? What has that been valued at? Print some of that off and take that. That's really accessible data. You can go to sedgwickcounty.org, go to the appraisers tab. You can look at what everyone in your neighborhood, everyone in the entire community, what every parcel has been valued at. Take a peek, see if there's any discrepancies between your property, print that information off. You can file that online, you can upload all those documents, or you can take them with you to your appeal.
Fantastic. So with the March 31st deadline coming up, what would you say to residents who haven't taken action yet?
Yeah, appeal now. You need to appeal now. Again, last year there were 4,300 appeals. 30% of those appeals resulted in a lowering of the valuation. If you think that 10 days, which is what we have left, isn't enough time, you can always pay under protest. So you would actually make a payment, you go to the treasurer's office and fill out a protest form. That'll give you a little bit more time so where they can actually conduct a hearing on a different timetable if you feel like you don't have enough time with 10 days remaining in the schedule. But March 31st is the deadline. If you feel like you have a valuation that's in error or isn't fair, please file that appeal and the appraiser's office will contact you up to 10 days before your appeal hearing.
Excellent. Commissioner, one last question.
Yeah.
Any common misconceptions you'd like to clear up about the appeals process?
Yeah, there are a lot of misconceptions. A couple things. One is that many people, when they get the valuation notice, they think that's a property tax increase. Those are two separate processes. The appraiser is only concerned with valuation, trying to find a fair value of your home. Property taxes is a different process. Most people have, 5, 8, maybe 10 taxing jurisdictions that levy property taxes. Those are property tax bills that are byproducts of all the budgets that these taxing jurisdictions will go through. So they're not the same thing. The other thing is the appraiser doesn't work for the county commission. The appraiser actually works for the Kansas Department of Revenue, the Property Valuation Division. It's where he takes his cues. Commissioners right now are trying to create as much clarity, because if you don't have clarity, it creates confusion. Confusion creates frustration, and that's what we're hearing a lot from people in Sedgwick County. So although we aren't in charge of the process, our job is to try to be the conduit to the appraiser's office so people understand their valuation and the options they have to appeal.
Commissioner Baty, thank you so much for clearing things up, for stopping by. Some valuable info right there, and we'll be right back.